disappointed. Give credit to the Chargers. They played, they played a good game, and we didn't come through there in a couple spots. I'm sure there's about 1,000 reasons why, but we got to make sure that we, make the corrections from this game and then move on, because we got an undefeated team coming to our place next week. With that, I'll take any questions.
Coach, right there towards the end of the half, you had 21 seconds on a play clock, and then you threw a screen pass at the end of the first half. And my question is kind of, why didn't you call a timeout right there and try to give yourself opportunities to convert more end zone plays versus kind of letting the clock run out?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll have to look at it again, but off the top of my head, I don't have a good answer for you. But obviously, we need to come through, and I need to come through for our team.
Kevin, could you take us through not the last offensive series, but the next to last one you guys had it? What you were thinking, especially the way that Justin was playing for them.
Yeah, we obviously wanted to score. Ran it on first down, second down, tried to get a double move on their corner. We really wanted the clock to run there as well, and then that was incomplete. And just with where we were at our tackle position, quite honestly, just didn't feel like I wanted to give a chance to something bad happening there. So again, all these things I would tell you, I need to do a better job, and I share in that loss just like everybody else does. So we're gonna win these games together, we're gonna lose these games together, and that's certainly, I need to do a better job.
Are you playing to get it back? Are you counting on getting it back when you run it on 3rd and 9? Either they're going to score or you're going to hold them?
I mean, that's the 3rd and 10 back there, I think is I don't know what the percentages are, but obviously we're trying to hold them. And it's hard to say when they scored so many points, but they were converting 4th downs, they were getting DPIs. We just had to make a play there, and we didn't. And listen, our defense gave up 7 points last week, 6 points the week before. So again, like I said, we'll win as a team and we'll lose as a team. We'll share in this.
How has Staley made this team a different team, Coach Brandon Staley? How has he changed the kind of face of this team and their trajectory, if you will?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Coach Staley well. We didn't play them last year, so I can't give you a great answer. They're doing a nice job, both their entire coaching staff, their players. They're obviously a good team.
Kevin, is there a point in the game you say, hey, we have to change what we're doing here because no one's getting stops? Like, we know this is going to be decided in the last 90 seconds.
What do you mean, Zach?
I mean, is there something strategically you have to change, or?
Yeah, we're trying to score every time we touch it. We're trying to stop them. We've tried various coverages. As you know, I hate to even mention injuries because they're part of the game, but we were into our depth in a couple areas, and I think, I trust the guys that were in there, but we didn't come through, so I would tell you we have to look at all of it. You can't just say it's one thing or the other. I'm sure it's a multitude of things.
Kevin, when it's 35-35, you guys get the ball back at 7:35, and you're running the ball, but they're not stopping you. I mean, would you like to eat 6 minutes on that drive? And
The one we scored on?
yeah, Hunt just goes down without being stopped.
Yeah, I think it's hard. I think when you're...
I mean, is that your intent, though?
It was the 3rd quarter?
7.5 minutes to go.
In the 4th. Yeah, I think points are a premium. I think there are opportunities, certainly late in games when you want to use the clock. I don't know if 7 minutes was really on my mind. I wanted to make sure we scored there. I thought our defense did a great job coming back and forcing them into the end zone so we could touch the ball one more time. But yeah, I would just tell you guys that there's certainly things that I am really disappointed that I did in this game. Not, I got to come through for our team.
What happened on there's 2 obviously, busted coverages, Mike Williams, long touchdown. The first one looked like AJ Green and Delpit. What should have happened there in the second one? Nobody was.
Yeah, I would tell you, we'll talk about it. It's obviously a miscommunication, and we had too many of those. They had big plays. They got behind us on some broken plays. They had some DPIs. So we got to do a better job. But I got to look at it and obviously make sure that we make those corrections.
How difficult a game is it to coach when things kind of go haywire, especially in the second half like they did today?
Yeah, I think you have to coach the game that's in front of you, and that's how the game played out today. They're a good football team. I give credit to Coach Staley and that staff and those players. They beat us.
Your overall thoughts on Justin Herbert and what he was able to do and how you guys tried to defend him?
Yeah, he's a good player. He got the ball out of his hand. I thought he made plays with his feet. And then, again, was outstanding on fourth down. And we got to find a way to try and get off the field.
The last drive, it felt like you didn't go down the field until you were forced to, until it was really late. Why not go down the field sooner, and why did it take so long to even just get a couple first downs and get moving?
On the last play.
Just that last drive in general.
Yeah. What I would tell you is the first goal there is to try to get to midfield to put yourself in position to throw a Hail Mary. I also just wanted to be smart in our protection to make sure we weren't holding the ball. That's a good front, and we were in our depth there at tackle.
How do you size the Patriots?
Yeah, I got to look at it. Obviously, I thought he was getting the ball out of his hand. I think he was good in the completions, which is what we, versus a lot of their zone, we wanted to make sure we could get a bunch of completions. But to give you a better assessment, I'd have to look at it.
Could you talk about?
Did you get a good look at that fourth down pass interference and kind of what happened on that call?
I didn't get a good look at it now.
Yeah, I mean, just what did you think of the call in general?
They called it.
Were the defenders instructed to let them score at the end, or
Yes.
kind of push them in?
They did a great job pushing it.
This felt like a high-level, thought-out game. Fourth down, 2-point conversions going for it, dragging him into the end zone at the end. You probably don't feel like answering this now, but does this feel like the way football is headed in general? Just this felt like two well-coached teams that play the analytics games, and like this is where the game is headed.
Well, the defensive coach, they would say, I hope not. We gotta find ways to get stops, and we have been doing that as a defense. We didn't do it today. Again, whatever the reasons are, we'll talk about them. But you just got to be ready for whatever game it is. And for instance, last week, I don't think anybody saw that game unfolding like that. So, as coaches, we got to react to the game that's being played.
Well, you talk about Nick Chubb and the production you get out of him, and what makes him such a special runner?
Yeah, Nick is powerful. Made some big runs for us today. He's got breakaway speed, as you saw. Great teammate.
Kevin, did the Chargers adjust to your use of the three tight ends that you opened with, or did you just decide to go elsewhere with your offensive plan?
I think, yes, they adjusted. They're a multiple personnel, multiple front defense. So I think within that 13 personnel that you're talking about, Tony, I think we saw a bunch of different fronts of coverages.
Good.
Okay, thanks, guys.